Every taxi uncle in Singapore has a story. Most of them are about fare cheats or ERP gantries. But if you get an old-timer, one who has been driving the midnight shift for 30 or 40 years, ask him about Old Tampines Road. Watch how his hands tighten on the steering wheel. This story comes from one such uncle. Let's call him Mr. Tan. Back in the 80s, Old Tampines Road was a very different beast. It was a narrow, two-lane road flanked by thick, dark plantations and a few cemeteries. There were no street lights, and on a moonless night your headlights were the only thing cutting through a terrifying, absolute blackness. Mr. Tan was finishing his shift around 2 a.m. He was tired and heading back to his home in Bedok. He decided to take a shortcut through Old Tampines Road to avoid the traffic lights. The road was completely deserted. The air was heavy and still. As he rounded a sharp bend, his headlights caught something. A woman, standing by the side of the road. She was dressed in a simple white dress, and her long black hair covered her face. His first thought was that her car must have broken down, but there was no other vehicle in sight. It was strange, but he was a taxi driver, and a customer was a customer. He pulled over. As she opened the back door, a sweet, cloying smell filled the car. The scent of frangipani flowers. It was overpowering. "Where to, miss?" She didn't lift her head. In a soft, whispery voice, she just said, "Just drive. I'll tell you where to stop." Mr. Tan felt a prickle of unease. The woman's skin was unnaturally pale, almost luminous in the dim light of the cab. He couldn't see her face, only the curtain of black hair. He started driving, the silence in the car broken only by the hum of the engine and the scent of those flowers. He kept glancing at the rearview mirror. She didn't move a muscle, just sat there, perfectly still. The feeling of being watched was immense. The air in the cab grew colder and colder, despite the humid night outside. After a few minutes that felt like an eternity, he felt a strange lightness in the car. The overpowering scent of frangipani was gone. He risked another look in the mirror. The back seat was empty. His blood ran cold. He slammed on the brakes, the tires screeching on the asphalt. He turned around, his heart hammering against his ribs. The back door was still closed. She was just gone. Shaking, he fumbled for the fare meter. He had forgotten to turn it on. He looked at it. It was off. But right next to it, on the passenger seat, was a single withered frangipani flower. Mr. Tan didn't wait. He floored the accelerator and didn't look back until the bright lights of the PIE were in front of him. He never took the Old Tampines Road shortcut again. He says he was one of the lucky ones. Other drivers who picked her up weren't so fortunate. They say if you look at her directly, you'll see she has no face. And if she points you towards the cemetery gates, you're not meant to finish your journey. So if you're ever driving down a dark, lonely road late at night, and you see a woman in white, maybe it's better to just keep on driving.